I can't believe we're already at week 3, which doesn't seem like, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of a big deal because, like, where does the time go? Okay, so I'm going to obviously I've got my screen shared with you. I'm going to pop down into the corner and we're going to kind of go over what this week is going to look like. It's going to look a lot different than most other weeks do. So this is going to be kind of this, like, almost this tangent over here, but I want you to explore some more communication ethics, media ethics theory. Not communication, media, I mean, media is communication, but anyway, I want you to explore more theories and more ethical constructs for decision making. And one way we can do that is to look at what's in the research. So that's what we're going to do this week. I actually hope you have fun with this. I want you to learn things you want to learn this week. But I'm going to be pushing some boundaries a little bit. But I just want to let you know, like, I'm really interested in what you are interested in learning. And so that's what I hope we focus on. Okay, so the blurry background is funny. This is my at-home office. Anyway, sorry, ADHD right here. Okay, so, and I'm not saying that lightly, I'm dead serious. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my workplace. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're in, we're in my Canvas. I've got to get to our class. I should have done this before I started recording. I'm sorry, you guys. But, you know, my suspicion is you're either listening to this on 2 times or you're doing something else, and that's a win-win. So let me put it on student view here, and this should be our ethics class. So I will work on grading after I record lectures today, but I do want you to know that I feel like you're doing great. And yeah, okay, so let's get started with this. One thing I do want to remind you, and obviously I posted this as a reminder, make sure that you're using APA in your discussions. What that means is in-text citations and just like a small reference at the bottom of your post. It doesn't have to be anything super, like you don't need to do like a full essay with a title page and you know, just make sure that we know where you're getting your information. That's the primary goal here. So I just want to remind you again, like until we can really get into the habit that we're using APA on literally everything, be mindful of that. Just if you need to make a sticky note, put it on your laptop or whatever, do whatever you need to do to help yourself remember. Okay, so we are on week 3. I'm excited to see week 2 and how you guys are doing. Okay, so you're going to see this looks a lot different than like I said, than the other weeks. Okay, so here are 3 journal articles, and this is going to be your assigned reviewing this week. I do not want you to read every word. You don't need to read every word. What I want you to get is the gist. I'm so sorry. Somebody's going for a walk past my house. I want you to get the gist of these articles so you can see, like, the ethical frameworks that we're building on in this course are not the only ethical frameworks that exist in media ethics. And I think looking at articles like this, where we have people who have had practical lived experience, putting together these ethics can be really helpful. This is, you know, very philosophy heavy, and there's a reason it's philosophy heavy. At the same time, we want to make sure that there's a real practical bend as well. Okay, so the expectation is not for you to read word for word each one of these articles, but it is for you to review and get a sense and understanding of what these articles say. So for the reading quiz, what you're going to be doing then is you are going to be doing summaries of those articles. So no, you're not going to copy and paste the abstract, but you are going to just in 3 to 5 sentences write what social responsibility is, write what Murrow's journalistic theory was, and PR ethical theory. So that is going to be your reading quiz. So you have a sense of like, oh, okay, like that's the objective here. I'm fully expecting you to be open book. I'm fully expecting you to be looking at the journal article while you're writing your summary, okay? I expect this to be very, very very hands-on. All right, so the next thing I want you to do this week is I want you to discover your own media ethics theory. And I am going to, obviously, there's unlimited attempts on this. You should only need one. So what you're going to do is you're just going to do a one-page summary of the theory that you find, okay? So instead of doing a case review, we're going to do like a journalistic review of media ethics theories. And you can do that by, one, asking a librarian to help you. That's what I would do. That's the lazy way. Or if you want to do it yourself, these are the 3 journals that I want you to look in. So the Journal of Mass Media and Ethics, the Journal of Media Ethics, and the Journal of Media Law and Ethics. These 3 journals are the journals where I want you to find an article that speaks to you. Now, maybe as you're looking, you're like, yeah, could care less, like, and you just choose like the first, whatever, like whatever, that's fine. But ideally, I would like you to dig a little bit to see if you can find another ethical framework. If you're like really into like sports and someone is writing about sports and the ethics of what we should disclose and not disclose in the media about an athlete, you can use that. Like, they're still going to reflect like how to make those decisions. So again, use things that you're interested in, try to find something, but it needs to come from one of these journals, and it needs to be one page, and you do need to have it in APA format. And in this case, that means you need a reference list. So make sure you include references. No, you do not need a title page. I just am expecting in-text citations and a reference list on this. So just one page, okay? So that is another assignment that you've got this week. Okay, the other thing you're gonna do, love our online classes, is you're gonna watch this video, this TED Talk about post-truth. Since 2015, we have had a major shift in the way media works in our pop culture and in relation to truth. And so Alex Edmonds talks about that. And so you're going to watch this and then just do a summary, just kind of one of those, oh, that's nice, my sister is thinking of me. Okay, so you're just going to do a summary, and you just want to answer one of these questions that are listed here, okay, in relation to what's going on up here. Now, I have on here, this is just our standard expectation. I have that it needs to be 250 words. For this one, I'm just going to say, make sure it's somewhere around 175 to 200 words. Okay, so I'm going to drop it down for this one because you've got that other project that I suspect is going to take a little bit, it's going to take a little bit longer than you might want it to. So yeah, let's like ease up here. I'm going to ease up on the grading on this one and the expectations on this one so that you can kind of focus on that other one that I just was showing you. Okay, so I'm going to back to the modules. All right. Now, the interesting thing about this particular week is you're doing a lot of personal discovery. And with that, I would like you to do a exercise where you think about what it would be like if we had no ethical frameworks in our media. Like, what? And so here, this is just a reflective answer. It's 150 words. It's literally you just being like, okay, if there was no ethical framework in media, here is the world I would suspect that I would see. So this, again, this is totally a thought experiment. It's your imagination. It's kind of exploring mentally what this could look like if we didn't even have ethical frameworks. And then for your concluding sentence, so just one sentence, write one thing you're grateful for because we do have a tradition of media ethics in the United States. Now, how well they're followed, that's a whole other conversation, but one thing you're grateful for. So for most of it, you're just writing like, this is the world I imagine if we had no ethical frameworks for media. But the one thing I am grateful for is, fill in the blank. Okay. So those are all of your assignments for this week. I'm not going to lecture on any particular thing because I want you to take the time to explore what this means. Like, where are we currently in our media ethics theory? Like, everything in the textbook is like 1970s or earlier, back to 2000 years ago or more with Plato. And so, like, but what about now? How have things changed? And even these, you're going to find are at least 20 years old. So I do hope you use this as an opportunity to ignite your curiosity and to explore what else is out there. If you have any questions, you are 100% welcome to message me. I'm happy to schedule. Oh, okay. Well, that was fun. I'm happy to schedule a time. Oh, are we still recording? Yes. Okay. I'm happy to schedule a time to meet with you if you feel like that would be helpful. Or if you would like, you can send me questions in Outlook. If you find an article and you're like, I'm not sure this is what she's talking about, you can send it to me in Outlook. I usually answer Outlook pretty quickly. I try to answer Canvas within 24 hours. Depending on if it's the weekend or not, or a holiday. Like, I didn't really respond this last weekend to anyone, but yeah, but I try to be as attentive as I possibly can. Or another thing, this is why we have Teams. You can post stuff on Teams and answer each other's questions. Like, maybe for one of you it's super clicks and maybe for someone else it's kind of confusing. So post it on Teams. I also get alerts on my phone when people are posting on Teams, and so I try to get on and see what's going on. So yeah, lots of options if you feel confused. Again, I hope you spark your curiosity. I hope you have fun with this. Well, as fun as you can with this. Not everyone's nerdy like I am. I have to remember that. Anyway, and I hope you have a good week. All right. See you next week.